Good morning and welcome to my hobby bench once again. Today we're going to take another stroll through the past, looking through an RC Modeler magazine. Now the one I've chosen today is one of the last 3 that I purchased instead of going back to the original 5. For some reason I just haven't got back to those yet. But one of these last 3 that I purchased, I specifically hand purchased them because of certain ads, or not certain ads, certain articles that I had seen in the index and on the cover that I was really interested in having anyway. And it occurred to me that there's a very, very real possibility that had this model magazine, RC Modeler, not existed and I had never gotten a subscription to it, it's a very real possibility that I would not be making this video right now. Because I really believe that this magazine was instrumental in keeping my interest in the hobby and stimulating it because of the ads, the articles, and all those types of things. So I really have a lot to owe to this magazine. The whole suite of the magazines, RC Modeler, Model Airplane News, those are the 2 primary ones that I looked at. But so I mean, just a lot to be thankful for as far as this magazine, because I'm pretty sure I probably wouldn't be in this hobby and doing these videos right now if it wasn't for that. So the magazine I've got today is the August 1993 issue. And what I'm going to do is I just pulled it out of the protective sleeve. I haven't pre-looked at it. I feel me just kind of flipping through it and stopping on things is probably the most enjoyable, at least for me, and free-flowing as opposed to going through there and putting tabs on pages and stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to flip through this magazine, and once again, if there's anything that anybody sees on here that they'd like to have a PDF scan on, just email me and I will make that available to you. So let's look at this magazine. Okay, here it is, the RC Modeler magazine, August 1993. And it says here, SIG Spacewalker 2, which obviously I was interested in that. ASP FA80, obviously. Those were the 2 real reasons I wanted this particular magazine. So, and I remember getting this magazine back in 93 because I was a subscriber back then. So here's the ASP FA80. I've had several of those. Those are really, as far as Chinese-made 4-stroke engines, they were really one of my favorites. I currently have an ASP FA65, not the latest 61 version that they were making, but the 65. This is one of those switches I think I just got in that big eBay thing. I may have gotten rid of it though at the swap meet. Air Core, yeah, whatever. Engine Clinic. Let's see here. Quickie Jet 40. There's a nice radio. JR. Ed, here's some boats for you. Fitzpatrick. Engine Review, June 1993, RC Modeler. I don't believe I have that issue. I had one of those. Got pictures of it, never flew it, but I had an ASP 108 in that. Built that while I lived in Appleton in 1999. 1999-2000. Magnum engines. Here's a SIG Spacewalker 2. Now, is this the quarter scale? 12 pounds, 3 ounces. So that must Sato 120, 4-stroke. Yeah, this is a quarter scale one. So this is the one that I would, if I could ever find a Spacewalker 2 kit, that's what I would put that OS 160 twin in. So yeah, that's cool. Royal Fitzpatrick, Morris Hobbies. Hi Sasha. Spirit of Chernobyl. One of the drawbacks to 4K video on this Canon M50 is 4K, setting it to 4K is a serious crop factor involved in this. So it shrinks the viewing area or the frame size. So not a whole lot super cool here. We got beautiful Tower Hobby stuff going on here. Sonoma. Oh, not a whole lot going on in this one. Spacewalker 2. Wow, only $136 then. Now you probably couldn't touch one for under $400. Sato FA45S, $185.95. That's not a bad price, especially today's world, if you could find one. Boca bearing. Maybe hearing more about Boca bearing and me in the coming future. Well, that's interesting. The high quality ARC planes, classic Citabria, already ready to cover. So that's a pre-built plane, probably has a foam wing core. Doesn't say. Typically those are foam wing cores if they're coming already ready to cover, because they'll have a sheeted wing that's a lot safer to transport, to ship. Thank you for going potty right now, Sasha. Byron Originals. My flight instructor was big into Byron ducted fans. He had a MiG-15. I love that Super Skybolt. Never had one, but you tear that up, Sash. Wow. This is really kind of one of those magazines that's just not a whole lot of new interesting things here to talk about. Sato FA150S on sale for $469. Wow, that seems really expensive. Oh, here we go. MVVS. That's a nice ad. We haven't seen one of those in a while. I like this nice cutaway ad. Cutaway engine. Moki. Which one are they showing there? Does it say? Doesn't really say. Girard Enterprises, Waukesha, Wisconsin. That's interesting. Exclusive North American importer at that time. Wow. That's very interesting. SIG Easy hinges. Love those things. Cut a slot, stick it in, drop a glue, you're done. Davis diesel heads, boy, those are impossible to find nowadays. Really, Sasha? I think you got it. Waco ENF. And Waco. 60 to 92 stroke, 90 to 124 stroke. Nice. Oh, there's a nice Sato. Now that is interesting. That is very interesting. What did I say this year was? 1993. I know that I had seen, and it's documented in one of my videos, that by 1991, Sato was exclusively being distributed by Horizon Hobbies. But yet this is saying United Model Distributors still. I don't understand that. I'd have to go back and look at my magazine because I'm quite certain that 1991 was that year. Unless there were still 2 distributors for a short period of time. Wait a minute here. What's going on here? How did I miss this? Oh, here it is. Look at that. The ASP FS80. Yeah, that was a really cool engine. So if you could ever find one of these that's new in box, I would highly recommend it, because of all the older ASP 4-stroke engines, I think the 65 is probably pretty good, but I had several ASP 80s and they were just really, really good running engines. I mean, sure, they don't have the exact same level of quality as an OS engine, but darn it, they ran really, really well. Much better than the Magnums and all that. It's something about these ASP 80s. They were just really excellent engines. And I can tell you, my friend Harvey will agree with me. Oh, there's not a whole lot of big full color ads in this magazine. Must have been a slow month. Got a Hobby Shack. Just for what it's worth. That's an interesting airplane. Got the exhaust pointing forward too. That's obviously. Wow, there was really not a whole lot going on here. I guess I really bought this for those 2 articles and that was about it, because not a whole lot else going on here. Toledo 93 coverage, that's pretty cool. 39th annual. I did attend the Toledo show in 2000 and that was really, really fun. The only major RC show that I've ever attended. And if they even still have it now, it's probably a fraction of what it used to be. Every vendor in the planet was there. That's one of those places you go there with a big wad of money in your pocket, because it's almost impossible to leave there without buying something. And if you go to Toledo and leave without buying something, you're not really a hobbyist. Period. There's some Irvine diesels, or combustion, or what is it called? Combustion ignition. Boy, I'm losing it here today. Come on, there's got to be one flash ad here in this magazine. Come on, give me one big. Somebody's got to have the back cover, or the inside back cover that's just really an awesome ad. Oh, this Sky Raider's not bad. That's kind of a cool ad. Well, this has really been kind of a sleeper. Okay, so here we go. The last ads, the only real ads in this, we got Great Plains, OS engines, and the PT40 Perfect Trainer, and let's see who rounds out the back cover. Oh yes, here we go, finally. Probably the best ad of all in this whole magazine was the Enya 53 4-cycle engine. One of the most difficult size displacement engines to find nowadays. And these things go for a super pretty penny, and I had one or two years ago and I really didn't understand it. I mean, it was just like, who cares? It isn't that great, in my opinion. Sure, it's an Enya, it's a 4-stroke and whatever, but the 46 was every bit as good. I don't know, I was not as enamored with the 53 as everybody else seemed to be, but that's our RC Modeler throwback for today. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little walkthrough. I'll say walk through paradise, although that was kind of a slow magazine. There wasn't a whole lot of flash ads in that, but I just want to end by saying, look at what's to come in an upcoming video here. And yes, it's on the new Mega Stand. Anybody identify this, what this is, real quick? I'm moving it fast to make it more difficult to identify. Thank you all for watching.